So, yes, Gotu Kola is outstanding for anxiety and depression and healing wounds. It has a lot of, it's both a medicine and a food. This has a lot of history, but this is an herb that, of all herbs, out of the Indian Ayurvedic tradition, the Hindu tradition, the Vedic tradition, is considered to be the most spiritual herb. It is the herb of enlightenment. And Gotu Kola is sometimes called Indian pennywort or Brahmi. And Brahmi is a derivative of the word Brahmin, which is a Hindu priest caste. And it literally translates as supreme self, as this idea of first of the gods, and this deep connective capacity of when one is no longer moving just from material world, but is now connecting etherically. Everything's coming together, right? So it's an interesting thing to consider. What does it mean to say an herb is the herb of enlightenment? What does that even look like? If it promotes meditation, how or what does that tell you about this herb? What it shows you is that this is an herb that is going to improve your focus. And by the way, studies have been done and show this, right? This is why it's good for Alzheimer's and memory loss, right? It improves your capacity for focus, for concentration, stillness, mindlessness, right? Being able to rebalance your system, being able to slow thinking down. This is an herb that is said to open up the crown chakra, and that's the seventh chakra off the top of the head. And it is considered to be, in Sanskrit, like the gateway, right, to the cosmos, the bridge to the cosmos. This is the place where, right, the inner and outer worlds come together and meet. This is often symbolized, it's called the Sahasra. It can be symbolized by the 1,000-petaled lotus or flower, and sometimes the circle that is identified with it is identified as this full moon. Again, this idea of that reflects the sun, all that is bright and beautiful. And it can become blocked, right? The Sahasra, the crown chakra, it can become blocked by stress and fear, the contractions of life that pull us in and make us separate and become anxious, overthinking, just feeling malaise. So being able, lacking inspiration, right? So this is an herbal plant that will help calm those and help open up these venues for you. So it's commonly used by Buddhist and Hindu monks, Taoist monks as a tea prior to meditation, so that these energetic fields can open you up to infinite wisdom, to to unconditional love, to feeling this unity with all of life itself, right? This is big time stuff. There is an ancient Taoist herbalist, Ching-Yuan, forgive my Chinese, who is said to have lived like 250 years, and he claimed it was because he took this herb every day of his life. Children have been given the herb, and just like a half gram of the Gotu Kola powdered extract daily for a year, and they demonstrated significant improvement in their intellectual levels, and that's just after 6 months. Cognitive concentration abilities, right? So that's a pretty big deal. So it's good for children, it's good for spirit monks, it's going to be good for you. India calls it the herb of enlightenment. We go into its compounds and its medicinal uses, its food uses, right? It's really nutritive, this herb, in our healing herb session on Gotu Kola, where you can find out a lot more about it. But for those of you that are feeling that some of what you're struggling with is this idea of a blocked spirit, Gotu Kola, you're going to want to try some. It's delicious. The stems sort of taste like cilantro. And I've got some fun recipes in our herb session as well about how you can be using Gotu Kola, so you can be enjoying it as a food, but you can be using it as a medicine as well.